This is a question about the marginal propensity to save and how if the marginal propensity to save is smaller, it asks what impact will that have on the value of the multiplier. So if we go through step by step, remember the marginal propensity to save, marginal in economics means extra. And this is saying if you have an extra amount of money, what proportion of it will you save? So what will be the likelihood, the propensity of you saving the extra money that you have? So remember that if your marginal propensity to save is 0.75, for example, if you got an extra £1, 75 pence of that you would choose to save if your marginal propensity to save was 0.75. And we know that the multiplier looks at if you have an injection into the economy. So for example, if you have investment into the economy of £100, the multiplier is how much of an impact this £100 investment finally has on the economy, on national income. If your multiplier, which we often write as a little k, imagine that the multiplier was 2, you actually multiply the £100 injection by 2. So actually the final impact here on the economy would be an increase of £200 of the money, for instance, in the circular flow of income. And we know that the more people spend their money, the bigger the multiplier is. Because what happens with this £100 that comes in, a person might receive some of that £100 and then they go to a shop and they pass some of the £100 on to another person. And then when they get paid, they spend some of the money somewhere else. And this money goes on and on and on through the economy. However, if this person here, when they receive some of the £100, some of it they save, that money can't flow on to the next person. So this is what we call saving, is a type of withdrawal. And every time we withdraw money, it can't flow on as much along this chain. And therefore, if our withdrawals are bigger, so if we have more withdrawals, we have a smaller multiplier. And this says that we are having a fall in the amount of saving. If we have a fall in the amount of saving, that person isn't saving very much. They're passing it on, passing it on, passing it on. Therefore, the multiplier is going to be bigger. So overall, because people are saving less, if everything else stays the same, the value of the multiplier will actually increase. The other types of withdrawal, just for your knowledge that you can have, are you can have the marginal propensity to tax. That's how much tax gets taken from people. That would make the multiplier smaller if there's more tax. There's, as we've said, the marginal propensity to save. There's also the marginal propensity to import, because if you import things, then money is leaving the country, like the money was leaving when you save, and therefore people aren't passing it on down the chain. And all of these things together are the marginal propensity to withdraw. And remember, if you're not withdrawing, then you're spending. That's the marginal propensity to consume. But going back to this question, we've got a fall in the marginal propensity to save. Therefore, our multiplier, ceteris paribus, everything else staying the same, will be bigger. I'm just going to show you here how you can answer the question. I've done this in quite a lot of detail. Remember, it's only for 2 marks, so I'll just show you how you got the 2 marks, but I've just done it so that you understand it in real detail. A fall in the MPS will increase the size of the multiplier. You get a mark for that. Ceteris paribus, as saving is a withdrawal. Ceteris paribus shows that you're really thinking about this because you've recognised that actually something else could change to make this not true. That's a real belt and braces approach to answering the question. You've pointed out here that saving is a withdrawal, so you're nearly there in explaining why the multiplier is going to be bigger, but just to make sure that you've explained properly. If withdrawals are less, because we know that they're saving less, more of any initial injection, such as investment, can continue to be passed from agent to agent in the economy, increasing its final impact on national income. Your second mark is for recognising that saving is a withdrawal and that withdrawals have decreased. So that's your second mark.